Assalamu alaikum and welcome back. Yeah, we will be rejoining Sister Zarka in the kitchen in a very short while, but our next two guests have been here before and they're more than welcome to come back. Brothers Yassar and Adeil are from Eyecare Express. And it's great to have you guys back, mashallah, who are an independent optician who are dedicated to providing professional eye care services to their clients. Their philosophy, mashallah, is to be a pillar of the community and to be able to serve all of their eye care needs. Absolutely. They offer a personalized service so their customers get the best possible experience. Assalamu alaikum, brothers.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, how are you both?
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Good to see you back, mashallah.
Thank you for having us. Alhamdulillah.
No problem.
Thank you.
Right, so Yassar. Yes, sir. The first question is aimed at you. Tell us a bit about yourselves and your optician business, inshallah.
Bismillahi wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulullah. Again, thank you for having us. Yes, so as you mentioned in your introduction, that my name's Yassar, this is Adeil. We are both blood brothers.
That's right.
Which a lot of people question, oh, are you real brothers? But yes, we are. Alhamdulillah, we spent a lot of time together. And I think we both have the same passion. We both studied the exact same career. We both went to City University to study optometry in London, where we were, alhamdulillah, very fortunate to get some training from Moorfields, one of the well-established and prestigious hospitals of the world. And alhamdulillah, from there we went on and worked in numerous high street opticians. And one day we sat down together and we said, listen, we've been working for everyone, name it, all the high street opticians, independent opticians all around London, let's do this ourselves. So we put our minds together, we sat down together, we put our funds together, we put our passion together, and then we started Eyecare Express, and that's where it was born. Alhamdulillah. So since then, it's been growing. Alhamdulillah, we've been on this show, been on a couple of other shows as well. So it's just been a blessing. And alhamdulillah, we can only say thank alhamdulillah.
Well, since last time, I've been seeing your bits and pieces on Instagram. It's a lot of fun, a lot of good stuff as well. And of course, people are interested in, the eye care business.
Absolutely.
Taking care of your eyes is very important. Of course, it's a gift from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Please, Adeil, Yassar, tell us about the importance of making sure that you keep up to date with your eye checks and things of this nature.
Yeah, absolutely, you're right. Since the last show, things have really taken off. Social media platforms, customers walking through the doors, it's just been endless. So we thank you again for giving us that platform. So just about eye care, we'll maybe break it down into a few categories. I think the key thing with regards to eye care is just a general well-balanced diet. Lots of greens, lots of veggies, lots of fruit, lots of foods which are high in antioxidants. So things like curly kale, fantastic for protection of the retina at the back of the eye. Greens like green apples, broccoli. When it comes to the oranges, pumpkin great, carrots are great. And then you've got fish. Fish in itself is an absolute blessing for the eye. You have omega-3, which provides the eye with lots of essential nutrients, protecting the eye from dry eye disease in particular, and other conditions as well. So in terms of diet, I think that's pretty much covered that. In terms of lifestyle choices, one of the worst things that you can do for your eyes is smoking. It can cause cataracts, it can cause retinal damage, leading on to macular degeneration and a whole host of others. There may be, in a day of technology where we're all sitting in front of computers and phones, I think having regular breaks. There's this fantastic rule known as the 20-20-20 rule, which my brother Yassar has written about quite extensively, and it went in the news, in a newspaper article. And that, in essence, means, or encourages one to have 20 minutes on the computer, followed by a 20-second rest, so not asking much, whereby the individual then looks at a distance of 20 meters. So these are some of the things that we can employ. In addition to this, the obvious one, sunglasses, giving an eye a lot of UV protection against harmful rays. When it comes to sunglasses, you want to be really looking at something which has a category 3 on the inside, should always have British Standard CE marking. That gives a good amount of UVA and UVB protection.
When people go for shades, I don't know if they just go for the name or they go for the look, but in terms of the protective level that you mentioned,
absolutely.
Obviously that's paramount, isn't it?
Absolutely. I think if you're buying from a reputable seller, a shop, as opposed to a market, if you're buying from a market, like in everything in life, there could be some real quality items, and then there could be some fake items. So we always encourage one to attend a reputable, established opticians to get their sunglasses, because it is very important that you have UV protection.
Absolutely. Yes, so you have an eyeball.
Yes, I
on
do.
The table there.
I've got two. Yes.
Because the reason why we have an eyeball on the table, because we can talk about it all day long, but sometimes it's good to have a demonstration.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Can you give us an idea of some of the most common issues with our eyes using this little model here?
Yeah, so this is one of the eye models that we've got in our store. We use it to demonstrate pathology and eye issues, and also just the way the eye works. So this is your eye model, alhamdulillah. It shows the inside. These are retinal vessels that are beneath or behind the eye, which you can see. We have the cornea. This is the front of the eye. This is a protective layer, but also it's where refraction. It's mainly where you can see, where all the light is being passed through. And here I can take this off, and we can also go into another part, which is the iris, the coloured part of the eye. As you know, this is all different in different people.
Why are eye colours different? Is there any particular, is it not diet or is it location? What determines the eye colour?
There's a lot of it's mostly genetic.
Genetic.
So your parents, you follow you're in the genetic line, but also it's down to pigmentation. So you've got brown, green, you've got different. So it's really down to the pigmentation.
Yeah.
And that's the iris. And the inside is the hole, which is the pupil. And that's actually what you're looking through. So when we examine your eyes, we're looking through the pupil and you're examining the back of the eye. Alhamdulillah, with the eye, it's the second most complex organ of the body after the brain, a very, very powerful organ with 2 million working parts, 1 million nerve fibers leaving to go to the back. This is the optic nerve. It's an extension of the brain. So you've got a lot happening here.
Yeah.
This is the lens with some of the fibers around it, and this is actually what causes a cataract.
Because we mentioned this before, that because I need glasses for reading.
Yes, yes.
So what part of my eye is malfunctioning that needs to be fixed on this model?
Well, actually, it's mainly this.
Could you fix it now? Just sort it out with the pliers or
Sort
something.
it out. Yeah. So what happens, unfortunately, with age, just where everything they get a bit tired, the muscles.
With age, is it?
It's not old age.
A bit of a dig there.
But in simple terms, the lens loses its ability to what you call accommodate, to focus on things close, and that's because the fibers, the muscles around the eye, they lose the ability to change the shape of the lens, and that's it. That's the lens. And for that reason, you need some reading glasses, and hence you've got reading glasses.
So it's not necessarily a matter of age. It's just for whatever reason that, because I know young people with glasses, and so it can't be an age thing. So why are their eyes not being able to adjust in the way that it needs to?
I was referring to the reading side. That is something called a presbyopia. It's the old age, unfortunately, that one. But you do have the norm, like myself, wearing glasses, and other people, and that's because of a refractive error. And it could be the cornea. Light isn't being basically focused on the right part of the eye. So glasses will come, you put the glasses on here and it will change the direction of the light and it will focus on the right part.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And
I thought it was just a matter of amplifying. Isn't it just a matter of that?
Not really. It's really about changing light, direction of light, and putting it at the right part on the eye.
Yes.
So sometimes light can be focused behind or in front, and really that's what it is. But alhamdulillah, as I said, this is an amazing organ of the body, and people unfortunately don't appreciate it until there's a problem, and that's where we come in and we talk about Eyecare, and we're passionate about it, both of us, myself and Adeil, and alhamdulillah, this is the blessing of Allah. And finally, this is a vitreous gel. Of course, it should be jelly-like, mainly made of water, but as the model shows, it's not, and that has also a very important feature, function, yes.
Thank you very much. Adeil, I want to ask about eligibility for NHS examinations.
Okay.
What criteria are they?
Fantastic. Well, there's a whole category of people who are eligible. We'll start off with young to old, so under 7s, if they have what they call a binocular vision anomaly. What that means is if their eyes are not working together, for example, they have a lazy eye, one eye looks straight, one eye wanders off, then they are entitled to an eye test at every 6 monthly intervals. Other than that, it's every year. And then between the age of 7 to 16, then it's every year, unless the optometrist feels the need to intervene earlier. 16, 17, or 18, it goes up to 2 years in general, although again, if there's a need, we'll call the individual in earlier. So that's where it goes up to the age of 18. Then if the individual's claiming benefits, the common ones being things like universal credits, income support, job seekers allowance or income related employment support allowance, pension credit, guarantees credit, and I believe there's one more that I've missed out on. But nevertheless, those are the majority, the common one being universal credit. So all these individuals are entitled to a free eye test. Then moving on to maybe the slightly elderly population, above 60s, entitled to an eye test every 2 years. Once you hit 69, it then goes up to every year. And after 70, it's a year, like I said. A lot of these individuals, especially the ones on benefits, are also entitled to help towards the cost of the glasses, and those under the age of 18. So it's one of those benefits that we in the UK have via our NHS, and most people are not aware. So
I was going to say that. A lot of people are not aware of that.
So we encourage those, you've paid your taxes, you deserve to have the best care. Unfortunately, in places like Africa, where we've travelled not longer, they don't have that at hand. And so really, I think we're very fortunate, and those individuals that are entitled to the eye test should take up that opportunity.
Inshallah. Yes, I want to ask about, keeping healthy habits, trying to keep your vision good, whether it's preventative or maintaining your vision. What kind of tips and tricks can you give us to keep on the ball, so to speak?
It's a good question, and Mashallah, Adeil's answered most of it at the initial. He said about well-balanced diet, omega-3 from salmon and tuna. You can get your diet is key. If you get your diet right, alhamdulillah, everything else is good. A couple other studies have shown exercise being good as well, because it helps the vascular system, and as I showed you, you've got retinal vessels, as we've seen. So it's all a connection. Adeil's spoken a bit about the 20-20-20 rule, which is another very important rule. I would like to add visiting your local optician, whether it's us, if you're in East London, we can see you, or if you want to travel, or your local optometrist. That's the key thing. Don't forget those. And Adeil's spoken about the intervals. That's covered by the NHS. And if you're not within those categories, or you don't have the benefits, then you come in privately.
Yes.
But visit your local optometrist. That's one thing that a lot of people neglect. Sometimes you ask people, when was your last eye test? And I never had one.
Same here.
Yeah.
Well, I've had one, but I can't remember the last time. When my glasses broke, that was it.
Again, it's a common thing.
It never happens until it happens.
Until it happens.
Yeah,
but
something's wrong.
Please don't. I can't emphasise that. Visit your local opticians. We can detect eye problems way before it comes along, or you can see it.
Itself.
Yeah. I think we've got a few images we'd like you to talk us through.
Sure.
We're going to put this. Tell us what we're looking at here.
So over here we've got, of course, the healthy eye. We've got dry eye. I can actually show you from it. So dry eye is when generally it's very common, to be quite honest. It's very common. A lot of people suffer with dry eye. It's when the front of the surface of the eye, the cornea, is generally too dry. It could be numerous reasons.
I think I've got that.
Have you got
Every
that?
time I go out, my eyes water. Is it dry eye?
It is.
It could well be. We don't want to diagnose it. We'd like you to come in, see a professional.
Yes.
But there are some signs to indicate it may well be.
Okay, sorry, go on.
No, that's it. No, again, and we should add, actually, of course, we are opticians, but every person has an individual set of eyes. One person could have dry eyes, someone could have some conjunctivitis, but their symptoms could be the same. So if you have any problems, any symptoms, please visit your professional to see them, because some people may not even have a symptom, but they still may have dry eyes. And there are other issues. It's gone off the screen, but we've got glaucoma, which affects the optic nerve. We've got we had cataracts, which affects the lens over here. We've got macular degeneration, which we'll be speaking about very soon. That affects the macula, central part of your cornea. You can also have conjunctivitis and other issues which affect the conjunctival tissues. But there's so many down here, and we will be talking a bit more about it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so you've got the cataract, which we spoke about. Glaucoma. Glaucoma is that's an advanced case of glaucoma where the cornea is involved. But glaucoma is a painless loss of your peripheral vision. It's when your optic nerve, unfortunately, gets damaged. This is factorial, numerous reasons for this. One of the reasons is due to the intraocular pressure in the eye. So we have a fluid that rotates and flows around within the eye, and if for some reason it gets blocked anywhere, the fluid will cause the pressure to build up, and that will unfortunately damage the optic nerve. Okay. Now, the thing I would like to add is, it is painless. and it unfortunately is irreversible. So again, another reason to visit your local optician. They can do the pressure test, which you've had before, and that is one way to check the pressure in the eye.
I want to ask you about cataracts. I've been hearing about cataracts since forever. Forever. Because, you know, ancient Egyptians used to have it. And what is it, and who's more eligible to sort of, or likely to get cataracts?
So cataracts, in essence, is a clouding of the lens within the eye. This normally occurs due to protein changes. Normally, we see in patients 50, 55, 60 and above. So we highly encourage patients, once they hit that half a century mark, to really, you know, do take extra care of the eyes, because there's a good chance that you may develop cataracts. So these cataracts cause a misting, a hazing of the vision. Sometimes the colours will look washed out, sometimes it'll just look a bit cloudy. That's the common kind of first complaint. It's commonly associated with steroidal use, so if you're on too many steroids, cardiovascular disease such as diabetes increases the chances of developing cataracts. Then, in addition to that, if one's out in the sun too much, not wearing UV protective sunglasses, this can for sure increase the likelihood. So recently we were in Niger, and the number of cataracts we saw there were far more than what we saw here. In addition, they seem to have developed at a younger age, more than likely because they didn't have that UV protection that one has in the UK via the sunglasses, or something simple as a hat. But the sunglasses, especially the wraparounds, they'll give you the, you know, good amount of UV protection to limit or at least slow down any development of cataracts. There's a good chance you'll eventually, if you live long enough, need to have it removed, but you know, if you can do everything, you know, within your capability, a balanced diet, sunglasses, then you give yourself the best chance of not having these affect your vision immensely.
Prevention is better than cure, my mum used to say.
Prevention is better than cure, that's it.
True.
That's absolutely.
Yeah.
You guys have given us a great taste, lovely demonstration as well.
Alhamdulillah.
I'm not sure where your Bollywood jacket's gone up since last time. I was looking forward to it. I was like, oh, that's why I tried to dress up a little bit. But what are you going to show for us next time, inshallah?
So next time, I think we're really going to hone down on something that's we're very passionate about. It's something called macular degeneration. Unfortunately, it happens as you get a bit older, where the macula gets a bit worn out. Unfortunately, this affects your central vision. So the elderly or someone who has macular degeneration, they may be looking at you, but they can't see your face. Or they may be looking at something, so they will struggle with reading. So it affects people drastically. So we are passionate about this, and we will hopefully speak a lot more about this. As you said, prevention is better than cure. We'll give some advice, we'll give whatever we can, more important information. But we are optometrists, we're not doctors. We will try our best to give as much information as we can. But as I said earlier, please visit your local optometrist and your local opticians to get more further information.
Well, as part of our general awareness, we want them to go to you, inshallah. So please tell them whereabouts are you located and how can they get in touch?
Yeah.
Okay. We are located 92 Snakes Lane, Woodford Green. You can come via, there's the closest train station. You can contact us on 0203 731 5871. Come on our website, www.eycareexpress.co.uk. We're on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Just pop in, have a chat. We're happy to dispense whatever knowledge we have.
Yeah.
Excellent. Right, guys, we're going to go for a break, but please, please, please stick around. You know what's coming. You can smell it. You can smell the goodies, can't you? So we're going to come back in a bit and you can try some of that food, inshallah. Right, guys, I'm going to go for that break. We'll see you in a short while, inshallah.